was getting pushed wide there, but it was the number 7 of Veda Fernandez taking off. A fifth on the grid and the rider is down in the background. Veda Fernandez up in a second place. How about that? It's Mountain Dew's gone down. That's a disaster for his race winning chances for anything like that. Big shame for Sully.
You ruined it. It's all your fault.
Four off now, is he?
Yeah, well, that's right. He is. He's just 24 points off the win, and there are, of course, this is including this one, 4 races remaining. Still 100 points on offer, so it can change dramatically. But really, he has picked them up in the last this afternoon.
Let's get a rundown of the starting grid then. The full whack of it. Pratama from first, Uriate second, Morelli third, Vitani fourth ahead of Christian Daniel in 5th position. He reckons he could have done a bit better. Connor Thompson, a surprise down there in 19th position. A crash in that qualifying put him down further down the grid than he'd like as well. But there's some very fast ex-rookies we're seeing now as well, Peter.
Yeah, that's it. Jose Antonio Reyes, of course, he's dominating Moto. It's like an Asian tap, but it is stop and go, and he said that's the sort of track I like. And of course, he qualified 4th fastest. So very interesting to see it, and interesting to see, obviously, you know, that suited Veda, and see if the other Asian riders do as well. Well, you know, what is the weather doing? Stop. Let's hope not. And we're off for the Rookies Cup. Red Bull MotoGP gets underway. Oh, and who's that from the back there? Somebody has come through, but it is the 54. It's the 54 of Veda Pratama. No surprise there. He leads.
He leads from Brian Uriate and Zen Mitani there in 3rd place. Marco Morelli got pushed back after a sluggish start time. But look at that. We've got the light rain flags with rain jackets on from the marshals in the background then. It could be drama already at the very start of this race.
And everybody just feeling their way round here. And some already getting too slippery, and he was did very well to avoid ending up on his ear that time, didn't he?
Yeah.
He took the lead from Veda, obviously realised it was damp, ran wide, took it easy, and Veda Fernandez is a faller. Brian went up
final sector. So we thought we'd get away with it, but we didn't, Peter. It's going to be changing to wet tyres. It's raining on the start and finish straight. Oh, dearie me.
You can see the slick tyres. Yes, he's standing up. He's okay. Yeah.
We'll be met with that. I mean, it's one of those things, when the rain comes as quickly as it did there, you know, what can Race Direction do anything about that? You know, they need to get the alert from the marshals, and then they need to take position where at one corner there was just an immediate deluge of rain, and the rest of the circuit was completely dry, and 6 riders went down all in one turn, and there was just nothing they could do about it. Here is what happened with Ticino. This is the wet corner that just started raining. Okay. Oh, nearly 4. Goodness me.
Yeah.
Very unfortunately. So that's Veda Fernandez. Is that Joel Pons as well? Yes, Joel Pons as well, unfortunately. He went down too. So
and is it going to dry out? It's changed to wet tyres, and unless there's actually thunderstorms and lightning about. We have had that in Rookies Cup. You mentioned Portugal. We had a Portuguese race where we
bargaining with the lad on the scooter to give him a bit of a push so we can try and get back to pit lanes. If he can get back, he can crack on and restart, basically.
Well, that's right. If they can check out, the mechanics will check over the bike, and you know, if it needs a new. The revs rise, and away they go, and it is the number 70. He gets another good start. Christian Junior gets a good start, but he's not the quickest off the line, because that is Veda Pratama.
Veda Pratama from Brian Uriate. Into turn 1 they go. Zed, big overtaking spot. You don't want to cause a bit of a pile up there. Outbreaking Salvers. Wow, that was Morelli, I think, just scything his way through on Daniel. It was Morelli, not stereotypically by my memory anyways.
Away with a nasty slide in the first start. He's not making that mistake again, and he leads Veda Pratama and Zen Mitani in third place.
Hakim Danish on the prowl then, 7th place for the Milan. Now or nearly never. It's getting to that point, Peter.
Well, he has really, hasn't he? And you know, with Uriate and Pratama, they are well capable of disappearing here because they are skilled, they're superbly skilled guys, and they're
Plant up there into 16th place now as well. Good stuff from him. And there we have then confirmed as they come across the line. Safe enough to do so. Morelli's got his first of his one and only, long lap penalty. He's going to take it now, hopefully.
The 51 of Brian Uriate has the advantage. There's the 13 of Hakim Danish.
Oh, that was a big moment for Zen Mitani coming out of turn 2B. His airbag's gone off. It looks like he's been down.
Alpine Star's Tech Air system went off. That will self-deflate. And he does have another canister, another gas canister aboard, so he can, in all safety, continue.
And I think that is Joel Pons who's down again, unfortunately.
Carter Thompson is fine, but I really thought he was turning the corner this weekend. Not what I wanted to see at all. Anyway, it's Brian Uriate that has the advantage over Veda Pratama. As I said, these two are capable of disappearing. They can use each other to judge. And of course, Neil Jr. moving up into 4th place ahead of Hakim Danish.
Hakim Danish, Zen Mitani and Kyatsiak Singapong there. Mike Yu just behind them then, coming out of the final turn. Look how many conditions.
And Marco Morelli back in 15th place, having done his long lap penalty. Brown is up to 19th, Mounsey is 20th.
Not the kind of progression we were hoping to see from them so far, but look.
It was great to see him have his Grand Prix start, but here is the long lap penalty for the number 95, Marco Morelli.
There he goes, just threading it, isn't it?
Yeah, it was beautifully
absolutely
done.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and you know, Brian Uriate, I don't think he's going to be too upset by that. He will, you know, hopefully learn from that, and he's going to follow Veda.
Oh, Zen Mitani. I want to mention, we're seeing then, so Gonzalez 3rd, Danish 4th with Christian Daniel just there. Last time around, the leaders were over a second quicker than the chasers. Fascinated to see what they're going to be this time around, because
it is the man who's challenging him for the cup, and there are only 4 races remaining, so he cannot play a championship card here and just cruise into 2nd place. He's got to go after Veda.
Uriate was 0.4 of a second slower. That's going to get faster, brake a little later, throttle on a little bit earlier. And will they close the gap to this leading duo?
That's a battle. It's a superb battle out front. And it's, you know, great to see David Gonzalez doing so well. He had that superb back now and in 3rd place.
So although he did manage to come away from Sachsenring with a 5th, which isn't too bad, unfortunately terrible news for the Dutch, as Jurien van Kruchten has gone down. He was making decent progress, I saw last time around, when he crossed the line 11.
With that, but it's back with the leaders then. It's Veda Pratama and Brian Uriate on his tail. And as you said, Matt, it's crucial to see just how much of an advantage they have. 2 seconds they had over the opposition at the end of the last lap. And it's holding,
but he does need to stop letting them close in on him in the championship at this stage in the game, doesn't he?
Yeah. Pons had a long lap penalty, has now been completed. Now I think I saw Veda actually touching the green stuff through the last corner there. It's up for it.
Having said that, Peter, last time around the fastest rider on track, the fastest rider in the race so far is Hakim Danish, a 1:57.4, 6/10 actually quicker. He'd be able to hunt them down. It's halfway through the race at the moment.
5 laps to go. At this pace he can do it, but you know, it's also too easy to make a mistake. Hakim Danish was superb in the rain.
Letting them know how far Danish is. Do they care? Is it just about them two? Do they need to know at this stage? That is the question.
Yeah, I would suggest they're just going as hard as they can. There's, you know, if you're pushed to try any harder, it could well come undone. So Danish looking for, but looking behind him was Brian Uriate there, just gauging how long a distance it is back to Gonzalez and Danish.
See Danish not quite so comfortable through the mid-section of the circuit, the more flowing part.
Gone after Danish, so You know, it's now Danish, Daniel and Gonzalez, and there is Benya Fernandez on the number 7. So he's out there. That's the main thing. He's out there.
Matt Pons circulating, trying to keep out the way.
And Mounsey is up to 14th place, and Brown he's got Christian Daniel Jr. on their tail, and these are the guys who've got to cut back that 2-second advantage. But as you said, Matt, Pratama and Uriate set the fastest lap of the race so far. The previous
guys, look at him, try and outbrake them here. But the problem here is now they're going to end up messing themselves up and let the others get away.
That's right. They're not being able to help each other. They're not being able to do this, just the slipstream and see where the dry patches are. They're just
David Gonzalez. Well, look, Hakim Danish. Unfortunately, I'm not going to pin it on Gonzalez for overtaking. Hakim Danish being too slow in the midsection, unfortunately. But the rest, he's seemingly much quicker.
Now, is it really going back to what we were saying? That
would make sense, doesn't it? It all adds up. As we see then the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:56.6. So that's about nearly 3 seconds quicker than they were in the opening laps. As we now click on a lap 7 of 10. And I would say, Peter,
when you think, oh, well, perhaps you play at KG and whatever, he just will put his head down and be confident that no one's going to be able to pass him. So let's see if that's the way he plays it and whether Brian's got something up.
Peter, just look at
they
pulled out, a couple of tenths away from Danish there. So
it's visibly you can see it, can't you, in the background there?
And that's when you know there is a massive difference indeed. So it's on between Christian Daniel.
Laps remaining then. It's Veda Pratama, Brian Uriate.
And there we have it, Pratama extending the lead. He was, only a couple of hundredths quicker than Brian that time around, but he takes the fastest lap of the race. A lot of chatter there.
Curse, please, because, I also said he's going to do very well. Let's just keep our fingers crossed for him. It's still Pratama and Uriate, and there is Christian, the American, and
Daniel. He's trying to go between the middle of both of them, but he can't. He's going to have to try and outbrake them, and this is just letting the others get away. Hakim up the inside of David Gonzalez, but Christian Daniel, the American, defends his line beautifully.
Veda Pratama on the 54, Brian Uriate behind him, and we've just got a lap and a couple of corners to go.
Two and a bit. Garbled rubbish for both of us at this stage.
Right, so it is still however many laps to go. It's Veda Pratama, as you say, Matt. It's 9 of 10. Still 2 laps remaining.
And although there's certain,
just what is it between these two?
They've even got Ramadipa on the prowl as well in 6th position now. Singapong 7th. Morelli's made his way back up to 8th place as well, which I think is a pretty solid result. So that is probably the biggest gap we've seen so far between Veda Pratama and Brian Uriate. I hope that's not Brian conceding.
No, no way. He can't afford to concede. He's only got 11 moving around a lot. I think he's put the hammer down here.
Yeah, looks like it. What was the gap? I mean, it was 0.4 of a second at the second intermediate, Peter. I mean, that's 0.3 in just one sector. Goodness me. But Brian's
the hill, of course. This is, where he's got to think what he's going to do, perhaps on the last lap. So often here at the Red Bull Ring, it comes down to this final corner, and you can't afford to go on the.
Veda Ega Pratama semakin perkasa di Red Bull Rookies Cup 2025. Nama Veda Ega Pratama kembali mencuri perhatian dunia balap motor internasional. Pembalap muda asal Gunung Kidul, Yogyakarta, yang saat ini tampil di ajang Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup 2025, menunjukkan performa luar biasa dengan catatan prestasi yang konsisten sejak awal musim. Ajang bergengsi ini memang dikenal sebagai jalur pembinaan menuju MotoGP, dan Veda berhasil membuktikan dirinya layak diperhitungkan sebagai salah satu calon bintang masa depan. Dominasi di Mugello. Momentum besar hadir ketika Veda turun di seri Mugello, Italia. Dalam 2 balapan yang digelar di sirkuit legendaris tersebut, Veda tampil begitu mengesankan. Pada race pertama, ia berhasil meraih kemenangan dengan selisih waktu yang sangat tipis, hanya beberapa milidetik dari lawannya. Namun di race kedua, Veda benar-benar membuktikan kelasnya dengan menyalip di tikungan terakhir dan finish di posisi pertama lagi. Dua kemenangan beruntun ini menjadi catatan sejarah karena ia menjadi pembalap Indonesia pertama yang berhasil meraih kemenangan ganda di ajang Red Bull Rookies Cup. Pole position dan podium di Aragon dan Austria. Setelah sukses di Mugello, kepercayaan diri Veda semakin meningkat. Di sirkuit Motorland Aragon, Spanyol, ia berhasil meraih pole position pertamanya musim ini. Kecepatan dan konsistensinya di sesi kualifikasi terbukti mampu menyaingi para pembalap muda berbakat dari berbagai negara. Momentum tersebut berlanjut ketika tampil di Red Bull Ring, Austria, di mana ia kembali mengamankan posisi start terdepan. Meski persaingan sangat ketat, Veda tetap mampu naik podium dengan finish di posisi kedua. Pertarungan sengit terjadi di tikungan terakhir ketika ia harus mengakui keunggulan tipis lawannya. Namun hasil itu justru memperkuat posisinya di klasemen sementara. Konsistensi dan kematangan. Kunci kesuksesan Veda musim ini adalah konsistensinya. Hampir di setiap balapan, ia mampu bertarung di barisan depan dan mengoleksi poin penting. Mentalitas balapnya terlihat semakin matang, tak hanya mengandalkan keberanian, tetapi juga strategi yang cerdas. Ia tahu kapan harus menekan habis-habisan, dan kapan cukup bermain aman untuk menjaga peluang juara. Naik ke peringkat 2 klasemen. Rangkaian hasil positif yang diraih Veda membawanya melesat naik ke peringkat 2 klasemen sementara Red Bull Rookies Cup 2025. Ia hanya tertinggal beberapa poin dari pemimpin klasemen Uriate. Dengan beberapa seri yang masih tersisa, peluang Veda untuk menjadi juara musim ini terbuka lebar. Apabila mampu menjaga konsistensi, Indonesia berpotensi memiliki juara dunia pertama di ajang ini. Kebanggaan Indonesia di pentas dunia. Prestasi Veda Ega Pratama bukan hanya menjadi kebanggaan pribadi, tetapi juga bagi Indonesia. Lagu Kebangsaan Indonesia Raya yang berkumandang di Mugello menjadi momen emosional yang membuktikan bahwa talenta tanah air mampu bersaing di level internasional. Kehadiran Veda di Rookies Cup juga membuka jalan bagi generasi muda Indonesia untuk terus bermimpi tampil di Moto3, Moto2, hingga MotoGP. Menuju masa depan gemilang. Banyak pengamat menilai bahwa jika Veda terus menunjukkan performa impresif, ia berpeluang mendapat kesempatan promosi ke ajang Moto3 dalam waktu dekat. Jalur pembinaan Red Bull Rookies Cup memang dirancang untuk melahirkan pembalap masa depan, dan nama Veda kini masuk dalam radar tim-tim besar di kancah dunia.